Hey VC, hey vinyl community, it's Nick Bluzzo again. I'm doing my second video here, and pretty tired tonight. I wasn't going to do anything, but I've been wanting to make another video, and I just watched some VC videos, and it got me pumped up to show you some vinyl that was gifted to me, some a while back and some recently, that I think is pretty special. So some really cool stuff that I got. And I kind of been noticing the what has been dubbed the love train. So not a VC love train, but definitely some great gifts. So well, let's get to it. One thing that I really love about being into records, and especially now kind of joining this online vinyl community, is just the love, even if it's not physically receiving anything, just the connections you make with people and hearing about albums that you and bands you never heard of, and just and getting just this respect, knowing that you're not alone with all this obsession. And what's cool is when people find out that you're into records, it's like all of a sudden there's like this positive energy. I don't know how to explain it, but people want to give you albums and they want to share the music with you. And it's been really cool that when people find out, oh, you're into vinyl, they're like, oh, I got something from you, or you're into this band, I got something for you, I want to give you that, you can have this. And I think it's so cool. So I wanted to share some of those records that I got. So one of my old friends, and I haven't talked to her in a long time, I should reach out to her, Molly Quinn. Hey, Molly, if you're watching. Her dad was like a music critic for a while. Super cool guy from Athens, Georgia, hometown of REM. Traded records with Peter Buck, he said one time. He had the last time I saw him, this is probably, almost 10 years ago, he had his basement cleared out and he put up record racks and he made it look like a record store. So he had his old vinyl collection set up, and he had several copies of A Trick of the Tail. So he gave me a copy, and I'm very thankful of that. And then right after he gave me that, he's like, well, don't you have Dave Mason Alone Together? I go, no, I don't. He goes, well, you have to have this. So he says, I got 3 copies, you can have it. So he gave me, I'll probably take a picture of that or something so it comes up, but kind of that cool gatefold cover. But Dave Mason Alone Together. So I didn't have this one, didn't hear it before. So thank you, Mr. Quinn, wherever you are. I'll have to get in touch. So this Christmas, my cousin Ben, who I mentioned in the previous video, and his family got me a record for Christmas. Music to Write Letters By. Volume 1. Collector's Edition. So there's a Volume 2 out there. And it's basically a compilation of easy listening. Arthur Fiedler, Boston Pops Orchestra, Morton Gould, Living Strings, Henry Marcini, and so on. But I'll tell you what, look at that cover. There's somebody's, her dreamy vision right there. Background right in the letter. And I have listened to this record, and you can do other things than just write letters. It's actually multi-purpose. You can do other things to it. Also, my sister Annette and her boyfriend Ian, he's also in the vinyl. I was telling them about the stuff I was in, and they came through big time. And I love Exotica in like late 50s and 60s, like jazz, lounge, Exotica stuff. And I got Esquivel, Other Worlds, Other Sounds, and this is just, I love Esquivel. I love Esquivel. And super thankful I got that for Christmas. This is one of my cherished records. And I also got in a resale shop Strings of Flame, which is not as good as the other one, but still, anything Esquivel. That's the only 2 Esquivel I have. I need to get more of them. My buddy Joe, who I'm actually writing an old-time radio show spoof with right now, which will come out sometime within the next year or two, maybe, hopefully. He's been picking me up records, and we get together and we do writing, and we listen to records the whole time. And I'll admit I'm into easy listening. So he got me a Fronte and Teicher. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Front and Teicher. This one is Eluded Me, Pianos in Paradise. And I just love that cover. I love the colors. That's just such a cool cover. That one and Midnight Cowboy have eluded me, and he found this one. So, Joe, thank you. And also, speaking of like lounge and exotica, he got me a Martin Denny. I think this is the greatest hits from like 65, 66. Still great. Great record. And just gave it to me. Just found it. And Joe, thank you so much. But he really came up big time with this next one. And as you might have seen in the other video, I'm a guitar player. I build guitars. I'm totally into guitar vinyl. And I never heard of this guy, never heard of this record, but he got me the guitar stylings of Manfred Hoskin. I mean, you want to talk about one of the ugliest album covers of all time. Bright yellow background with a bright red wheel with the song titles on it, and then a real small black and white picture of him holding a Fender Jazzmaster with the greased up poppy hair. And, you know, besides giving him just an awful album cover, the poor bastard didn't even get like a write-up on the back. It's just their other, you also might enjoy. So it's on the London labels, London EV65. The guitar stylings of Manfred Huskin. Never heard of him. Great guitar player. Joe, thank you so much. That is awesome. That's a find. I'm super thrilled over that record. So, speaking of finding rare guitar records, my father, he likes music, but he's not into vinyl. He's not into record collecting. He's never been a music guy, never played any instruments. He actually came up with this. Bobby Thomas, guitarist extraordinary. It's a promotional record, sort of, for National Guitars, Valco Guitar Company. And this is, the recording was, Valco Guitars at Elk Grove Village. It's right next to O'Hare Airport. This is released on the Brave label. And nice little politically incorrect Indian on the label. And the vinyl is just near mint. Just super clean. I spoke with my buddy Brian, who's a pretty big collector. He said Brave hardly put out any LPs. They put out a bunch of 45s, but I got it's a mono, and it's just it's like near mint, and it's signed by him. It's Bobby Thomas signed it. Great player, and for my dad to come up with this, who's not into music, is just awesome. So, Dad, thank you so much. I'm thrilled. This is awesome. I love this record. This is great, and also he picked up some vinyl for himself. So I think that's sign of the apocalypse. He's actually getting into vinyl. So how about that? We can maybe bond for a change about something. So, also, my dad's longtime friend, Mike, he's kind of been my guitar guru. He's super into vinyl, so good friend of the family, Mike Megan. He's all over my ass to get new gear and set up my turntable, but he actually knew I'm super into Zappa, and he gave me all of his old Zappa. Just gave them to me. And I got Overnight Sensation, gatefold copy, and when you really look at this up close, I've had this on CD for years, but when you get to see it on vinyl, it's so neat. Zoodalores, like 75. And then Zappa in New York from 76. Double LP. Almost lost my vinyl there. And then Act 1 of Joe's Garage. And they're all just like near mint, in beautiful condition. So he wasn't really super into Zappa. He knew I was. He gave them to me. I got to hit him up with some stuff. So that, Mike, thank you. That is awesome. Has some Zappa. He also said he had weasels rip my flesh, and it might have disappeared at some point in time. That would have been awesome. Weasels would have been great, but I'm super thankful for those. He's a huge Mink DeVille fan. He gave me this, Sportin' Life, which Mink's not really a household name. Some people might know him. Real soulful rock. Kind of eclectic. Some good cuts on here, and pretty good artist. Check him out if you haven't heard of Mink DeVille, and that's the Sportin' Life. And so Mike gave me that. He wanted me to have that one, so I'm thankful for that. So in my travels, Mike has said, you know, if you see any Mink DeVille, get it. But I really, really want Where Angels Fear the Tread. And I went to buy my new Ortophon 2M Red, and as I'm walking out, the guy at the store was like, "Oh, by the way, we sell used vinyl here." And I go, "Oh, you do?" So led me to a back room. I didn't even know the room was back there, and I found Where Angels Fear the Tread. So this one came out in '83, and I know it's not super rare, but I could go online and I could order a copy. But to find one for $5 in a room that I never thought would, in a million years, would have vinyl, I mean, that's super cool. So I'm going to give that to Mike, and that's the least I could do. I owe him for all that vinyl he hooked me up with. So while I was there, again, they had this big, listing room for their audiophile gear, and they basically said $5 for everything unless it's special or it's a bargain bin and we have stuff marked lower. So I came across Miles Davis, Quiet Nights, 63, 64 release. And I'm looking at it, I go, the vinyl's pretty substantial, it's pretty heavy, and it's mono. It's a mono release. And the cover, if you can tell, I'll try to reflect it, there is some water damage. It's not super nasty and moldy, but it looks like it is wavy. But pull out this vinyl, and it looks unplayed. I mean, there's not a scratch on it. It doesn't even look like it's been played. And I went up to the register. I got my Mink for $5, and he saw that and he goes, "Whoa, wait a second here." He was about to sell it to me for $5, and he says, "No, wait a second. This might be something." And he's looking it over, and he starts asking the other guy, "Oh, it's a 2i label, blah, blah, blah." And they're looking it up on the internet, and the other guy's, "Oh, I'm not too sure." They said, screw it, $5. So tell me, vinyl community, did I do okay on this one? Because I look at the runout groove. Let's see here. Side A is stamped XLP-75532-1C. Side 2 is stamped XLP-75531-1D. I think this is a first pressing in mono. And that's like, to me, I guess that's like near mint. So, VC vinyl community, did I do okay on Quiet Nights? Is this a real deal? Is this a real deal first pressing? So, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have some more videos coming up. I'm going to do one on Numero releases and also the Project 12 release. I'm also going to do a video on all my colored vinyl and some new vinyl releases that I want you to know about. And also, I think I'm going to eventually do my guitar record collection. If you have any suggestions, listening suggestions, or suggestions on my video, please let me know. Always open to hear about it, and love talking with you guys. So, thanks again for watching.